everyone, this is Diane and I'm back in my craft room and I am starting to work on my design team project for Studio 28E, and I've decided to use a fairly new kit called Flapper Girls. I love that image. So I've got the papers printed out. I have my covers selected. And I actually have two covers in case I decide to make two, or in case this one doesn't work out. The second cover is just this navy blue, just because it's the right size. It's vintage, it's textured, but I would paint or decoupage or something on the front. So that's a possibility. But this is what I want to show you today. I took a journal that I purchased at the Salvation Army. I'm showing you the inside back cover. This is what it was covered with. This tan vinyl, and it was padded. There's some foam between the chipboard and the vinyl. And it has a frame on the front. This is a new paper that I put on. I'm not showing you the outside yet because that's what I want to share with you today. So I just took off the paper that was there. You can see there. It was a watercolor type of, or maybe acrylic painting of a coffee cup. So when the book was closed, you could see the front page, which was that picture of a coffee cup. So I was intrigued. I wanted the papers inside the journal for just to use in journals, but I was intrigued about using this cover. So what I did was, to cover up the vinyl, I took this large background stamp and I stamped it with Versamark, which is a watermark stamp pad. You can do lots of things with it. You can see how dirty it is. It's pretty old. I should probably get a new one. But I just stamped this all over, and then I pressed it down onto my covers, and I did one section at a time. So I did this here, and then I sprinkled on my Stamp and Emboss Detail Gold. So it's a gold, detailed gold embossing. I've used that in a video before. And I used my heat gun, and it actually worked. And then I did it again. I stamped it over here, and then I stamped it down here, and then down here, just to get the whole thing covered. Now I did it on the back first. And here's how it looks. I didn't think it was going to stick. I heated it and heated it for a while. And I don't know if maybe my heat gun wasn't hot enough yet. I had just done this section right here. But the powder kept brushing off, so I just took a wet wipe and I was just going to wipe the whole thing off and try something different. And it didn't all wash off because some of it had embossed on. I can rub and rub that and it won't come off. So I decided to finish and not heat it completely so that I could rub away parts of it so it would all have this worn look. And then I took my Inca Gold from Viva. It's a type of paint, and it's a paste paint, and I just rubbed that all over with my finger. So that's how it looked, and I was pretty pleased with that. But on the front, the heat gun was hotter, or I just left it on longer, but I was able to emboss it completely on the front. And I love the way it turns out. And again, I rubbed it with the Inca Gold. So this is going to be the cover. I cut this into the right shape and then glued that on, and now I'm working on covering the back, which I'm using this paper for. I didn't have enough of that. So that's what I'm working on, and then I decided I should probably turn my camera on and let you see what I'm up to. Oh, I did not use this gold. This is not done in gold. This is done in, I brought the wrong thing over. I did it in a burgundy color. It's an old, all my embossing powders are old. I've had them a long time. And this is by Personal Stamp Exchange, which isn't even around anymore. But it's Claret Tapestry, so it's burgundy color. So you can see there's burgundy on the tan, and then I rubbed the gold on top of that. Sorry about that. So I'm using my red tape to go all the way around this sheet of paper. I had already done this little piece right here with the last of my other roll. I'm pretty excited to use this kit. I think it's really fun. Well, I want to say thank you to all of you who placed orders over the weekend. I have a lot of orders to deal with. I think I had 24 orders. And I got some mailed this morning. So I'll be working on orders for the next couple of days. Oh, now I'm out of this tape. Well, I don't want to take the time to change that tape roll right now, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here. Make sure I get this one right side up. Okay, so there's the inside cover. Yeah. And this image looks really pretty in there, but this image is in a photo frame and it's just the right size. So I think this might be the first page of my first signature. So it can go right in there. There's, I think, eight pages. This is not part of it. Not counting the embellishments. I think, I don't remember if the embellishments are separate. So there's 8 pages. Let me just show you. I saw this one. Look at that behind her. Doesn't that go well with this cover? Then there's this one. It's a pretty background on this too. Look like 1920s wallpaper, must be. Some advertisements. So I added this page. I just happened to have this one printed and I thought it went well with it. This might be TLC, Creates Vintage, I'm not sure. I just had it printed, like I said, and I thought it went well. So I'm adding that so that I can have 3 of the pages in each signature. And then I'll use these embellishments. Now I have to finish constructing the cover. And I normally finish my book, like have all the pages done and all the embellishments in before I make the cover, because that helps me know how big I need the spine to be. But I just want to make sure that this cover will be okay with this vinyl. I've never done it with this material before. So before I go to the work of making the journal, I want to make sure I can make the cover. So I'm making it a 2-inch spine, which is pretty typical of what I do, and I'll just have to make sure that I don't overstuff the pages. Just happen to have this piece of chipboard that's exactly 2 inches wide. So that's good. Oh, I was going to choose a fabric before I came in here. Oh, I did. Okay, I'm fine, I'm fine. If you didn't already see the video that I put up earlier today, flea market season started today around here. It's a cold flea market season. But I went to the outdoor one today. That was the first day for that one, and it was cold and windy, like I said in the video. I felt sorry for the vendors. There were very few ladies there. It was mostly men selling stuff that I didn't want, but the blue van man was there. So maybe next week it'll be warmer and more people will be there. But Saturday, the one that's in the at the racetrack in the barns will be open. And since it's indoors, it's always freezing cold on the first day, but I go anyway. But it's indoors, so you're out of the wind at least. After that, it's not so bad. Just it seems like every year, no matter what day it is that they open, every year it's cold. And they put an album up on Facebook to advertise that they are opening this weekend. So they had lots of pictures. Of course, I looked at all the pictures and there was nothing there for me. They don't show pictures of the paper stuff. Lots of glassware and furniture and stuff like that. But I looked at the pictures anyway. I just lay these out so I know how wide I want to make this. I want it wide enough, but not too wide. And that makes perfect sense, right? This is Tyvek. I should talk about what I'm doing for those of you who have never seen it before. This is this red tape you can find in the craft stores. There are various brands of it, but it just looks like that in the package. I think that's Recollections brand. And this is Tyvek. I don't know if you can buy Tyvek sheets. I've only seen it in envelope form. So this is an envelope that I cut apart. It's what the post office uses, and you can buy envelopes made out of it, but I love it when you can find the white ones with no color on them. I don't need to do that yet. I have to peel the tape off before I finish lining them up perfectly. But anyway, you can't just go to the post office and take the envelopes and use them, because that's government property. You can reuse envelopes that you've received in the mail, or you can go to office supply stores and buy Tyvek envelopes. And the reason it's a plasticized paper, it's actually plastic, so you can't tear it. You can cut it very easily, but you can't tear it. So it makes your book really sturdy. Although it's extremely flexible, just like paper. So it's not cheap, but if you buy a packet of the envelopes, they last you a long, long time, because you cut the envelope apart. They're large envelopes, and you just cut them and use a small piece like that in each journal. And I believe that I saw some at Walmart too a while ago. So they might be cheaper there. Smaller packet probably. But like I said, one envelope lasts a while. But I don't know if they still have them at Walmart. I was really surprised when I saw it there. But I don't need to buy them because a friend of mine, I've said this before, had some and decided she didn't want to do these crafts anymore. She does other things. So she gave me all of her Tyvek envelopes, and I'm still using them. When I get the postal ones, I use them. So these plain white ones are lasting me a long time. So I just used the grid on my mat just to line up my book straight, and spaced just a tiny bit apart between each element. And there's my book with a 2-inch spine. That looks like it'll be plenty big. Oh, this is going to be so pretty, isn't it? Even just that chandelier showing through there would look nice. Now this is a piece of curtain fabric that my friend June sent me. She keeps sending me de-stash stuff that she's doing, and I thought this would be a good color. It just reminds me of the flamboyant 20s, and the colors are great. So I am going to use a piece of this. I don't think I can tear this one. This doesn't feel like a tearable fabric. I don't mean terrible, I mean able to tear. And it's quite crooked. Well, maybe not. It's a little crooked anyway. Probably I should go this way. I like it to be long enough that I can wrap it all the way around, but the pattern goes this way, so I will do that. So I'm going to cut off the hem. Have to get my fabric shears. I wonder if this will tear. I'll try it. Nope. Nope, it will not tear. And it frays very easily too, so I usually edge the edges of my fabric spine with trim, so I'll definitely have to do that here. Now I want to make sure it's wide enough to cover the Tyvek. I like to tear them because you get it straight if you do that. I'm not so good at cutting things straight. Perhaps if I fold it and have less distance to cut, I'll have a better shot at it. I have fun designing the covers of these books. I love matching papers and fabrics to whatever I have on the cover. I just find it fun. Usually it's drawing near the end of my project because I've already done all the pages, but that is not the case here. So I'll have to put something on this too, and I'll probably use fabric, but a different fabric. I just don't know what. So I'll do that off camera because I don't have a fabric selected, unless I can find one right here in my box. I have some fabric supplies in the other room where I have a lot of this stuff stored, and that's where my sturdier fabrics are that I like to use on covers, but I could just use a cotton fabric on the inside here. So I'll look in my box and see if I have something that's perfect. Thanks for the curtain fabric, June. Last week I used one of the fabrics she just sent me too on the spine, 2 spines of the blue books. I'm thinking maybe I should have put some padding here because the covers are padded. Too late now. Let's see how it looks. Then I'd have to sew through all the padding to sew the signatures in, so I'm glad I didn't. Let me just grab my box of fabric. Well, I've got this stripe, and I've got this piece with the gold in it. That might be perfect. Yeah, I like this one. This one is terrible. Tearable. Cut that a little short. Yes, I did. But that's okay. I'm going to go with it. I'll put some trim at the top to hide the seam and the frayed edges, so that'll help fill it in. I hope this goes okay because I have burgundy on the front and I'm kind of going with rust on the inside, but it has the gold elements too. So it seems that this is going to work just fine. This is going to be my journal cover. Yay! It worked. So I'm going to use all of the pages from the kit in here. That's why I wasn't sure if I would make 2 journals, but I could print it again and make 2 journals. Let me show you what else I have here. Do I have it in here? I've been collecting, maybe I don't have it in here. I'll show you that in the next video. I've been collecting some images, right here, that are from the 1920s era. So I have to go through here and see what is here that would work in these journals. And there's quite a bit here, so it would work to do 2 journals. There's some advertising from the 1920s. These are saved from Graphic 45 for the All That Jazz. There's Clara Bow. Some magazines from the 20s. Love those images. This drawing is called The Girl Who Fainted at the Fraternity House Dance. These all came out of a book that was featuring the 1920s. So I have a lot of images. I think I should probably make 2 journals. All of these pages that I'm going through right now came out of that book. Love this. Then these are from Christie Art Design. Little bingo cards with 1920s images. This one might be earlier than that. Maybe, I don't know. And these are from a previous 20s kit that I used from, I forgot, but it's, can't even remember the name of the kit. But I have a lot of pages of that left over. I won't use them in this book, so obviously I could do another book. So that's what I'm dealing with. So perhaps I'll do 2 books. We'll see how much time I have. I have family members asking me to make journals for them. My daughter wants me to make a prayer journal for her son's friend. Her birthday's in April. She just wants it to be a TN, so I can make that quickly. And my sister wants a journal. Her birthday's in April, so I was thinking I would make it for her birthday too. But she wants to come over here and look through all my stuff and pick out what she wants. She hasn't done that yet. But anyway, if I have time, I will do 2 of these journals. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll be back maybe for some of the process of this journal. I don't know how much of the process I'll show this time. But I appreciate you watching this one, and I will be back soon. Bye-bye.